All right. Are we here yet? There yet?
You're the one leading the way.
Oh, yes, I am. Right through here, and...
I'm just used to having to find and loot bodies.
Oh, you're used to having to do that? Yeah.
In my imagination,
Okay.
I do it.
All right.
Great, so now we need daggers, arrows, a wheel, and tools. We're doing well. And gems if we find any, but, I'm pretty happy with the bowl.
Meanwhile, underneath the city...
The other three are still staring at each other.
Playing games with strangers, there's no danger. So come on in, we're all friends. Playing games with strangers.
I think if we find, a farrier, that sounded very stereotypical, and I'm sorry about how that came out, but I feel like if we find one, that might be our best bet for the tools we need.
John, can we just, roll to find stuff? I don't know.
First thing, what are you looking for?
Daggers.
Pooh's concerned with stuff for Imran. That's my thing.
Okay, but we're going to roll for things individually, and this is going to take up time. Time is a commodity.
Yep, that's
for
what
you guys.
I'm looking for that.
Yes.
So, are you splitting up the split party already? Then, or
No. We're all
We'll all
looking
stick together and look.
Yeah, we're going to start with tools for Imran.
Okay, so whoever is roll that investigation check with advantage if everybody else is helping.
It seems like I'll roll this one since Pooh's kind of being the lead for it.
Fair
I'll
enough.
help.
Okay. Well, let's hope this advantage works. Okay, that's 15.
Okay, you spend 2 hours searching, and you eventually do come across a rudimentary set of tools. They aren't spectacular, but you feel like they could probably get the job done. So go ahead and mark that down in your inventory.
Yep, this will
Does that include
hopefully work.
A little extra wood or something to help along, as that was part of the fixing?
Sure, why not? Well, just put it down.
Imagine wood is easier to find. So.
Just repair.
Just repair elements. I mean, I'm not going to make you search for every single individual item for it. So.
I got it.
Daggers and
what
arrows.
Are we rolling for arrows?
Daggers and arrows. Can those count as one together, or should we do them separate?
Weapons. Okay.
Weapons.
Go ahead and roll with advantage. Being as you said it, Squid, you roll.
Oh, great. Well, that's a 12.
Okay, with that 12, you spend another 3 hours looking for weapons. So you are able to find about 12 arrows and one regular dagger.
That works.
Well,
So
it's
now
not
you
much.
are down 6 hours. You got up there probably somewhere around 9 in the morning. So it's probably about 3 in the afternoon right now.
Wonderful.
So we just need a wheel, right?
Or if she can, I don't know, can she fix it with the wood that we've got?
I mean, considering she built it, she could probably figure something out. And we are short on time, so we should probably get headed back.
On the way back, if you just keep your eyes open for anything that looks expensive and shiny, that would be great.
Gems?
Yes, like gems. That'd be good. But just as we're walking back, so if you happen to see something that looks like it might have gems in it, we can stop.
I do know what expensive and shiny things look like, despite my reputation that I've established with you all.
Perhaps you should keep your eyes out for it then.
Sure.
with some guidance. Hey.
It's all you, Wilder.
But you get to add a d4, so...
Go ahead and roll the investigation with the guidance that Callum put on you.
Oh, I added D4.
Yes.
Did I
With
have
the-
advantage on that too?
With the help,
No.
yeah. No? We're
Okay.
still helping.
How are you
It's okay,
helping?
We're all looking.
It's
yeah,
okay.
but
I
you're
didn't
not
need it.
helping him.
I didn't need it anyway.
Okay.
I rolled a 32.
Jeez.
Louise.
That was without guidance, by the way.
With investigation?
Yeah.
What is your bonus to investigation?
Plus 13.
-1. Oh,
OMG.
-1.
that is mine.
Yeah.
All right.
I find
We-
things.
We didn't find any weapons, but so much money.
I
All
found
right.
a weapon, so I'm good.
That's fair.
You found 2 weapons, Dave. Let's not.
It's true.
I found a couple arrows, and I don't know what shape they're in. I mean, they're arrow-shaped, but you know what I mean.
So, as far as Shiny coming back, because, oh my god, that roll. Jeez.
This man is pulling... He's taking a step, and he goes, another one. A gem cart fell here.
I've been waiting for this moment, so
Basically. You find a diamond worth 1,000 gold pieces. You find a bag with 100 platinum. And you find a ruby worth 500 gold pieces. And you find an emerald worth 300 gold pieces.
So, Callum, can you do anything with these?
Yes, I do believe I can put them to use.
Good. I would hope so.
Great.
Well, I haven't seen any sign of those bugbear ghosts yet.
I also haven't seen a single wheel. It's wild.
Well,
You guys never
No.
searched for a wheel.
nope, we did not.
No. I imagine most of the carts got destroyed in the, the world ending, so
Yeah, probably.
it's fine. She seems self-sufficient.
You know who did see a whale? Ezekiel.
Cousin?
Yeah,
Yes,
she's one of the
actually.
bugbears.
Yep,
Okay.
he's not my favorite cousin.
He saw wheels within
He
wheels.
wasn't my favorite either.
He was kind of a jerk, if we're being honest here. Let's hope he doesn't show up, as a ghost, because
I mean, maybe he could, and then we could, boom, boom.
he was a big bugbear too, that Ezekiel.
About this time, you guys are strolling up to.
Yeah, but you're the champion of the House of Sanders, so,
That's true. Ezekiel did have that lazy eye, that's what did him
oh,
in.
look, we're here.
Oh, look, a thing.
Right where we left it. Nice to know one thing stays the same. I'm sure the others have come up with an entire plan in our absence. So we'll just have to fill him in what we were thinking about, which we definitely did not discuss, but probably should have in those 7 hours that we spent together.
Oh, we definitely we threw all sorts of plans out. We're just
That's
keeping
what
them
you-
from the DM.
Oh yeah, the man in the sky. I don't keep a lot
What?
from him these days. It's kind of...
Look, I got pigtails.
Oh, Bog, we got back here fast.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys get there. Orbog's in pigtails, and he's got a little bit of rouge on his cheeks, and some emerald green eyeshadow on.
Ah, yes. Hanging out with girls. That'll
good
do
enough.
it to you.
It's nice. I think you should do it every day.
Rhoda's been having a lot of fun.
Good.
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 It seems like she needed that, given the,
Em and I have been sitting here mocking, like we do.
Speaking of Emran, I found some tools for you.
Oh, wonderful.
And a little bit of wood. Hopefully this will be, be helpful.
You okay there?
I told you
babe?
not to lick it.
Sorry.
Wait.
Well,
My bad.
I will take.
What's-
I'll take that. Thank you.
Why do you guys look like you have leftover chili pot pie on your faces?
I wasn't going to ask, but
We met Enderman.
Met an Enderman.
What happened up there? Because you all seem to need a minute.
Tenements.
Are you
My
okay?
medicine's kicking in, I guess.
This episode sponsored by Tenements Donuts.
We met up with, not intentionally, but we ran into Emran's mom
Oh,
upstairs.
just accidentally. Hey, let's go get some chili pot pies.
If you would like some, well, she may not have any left over now, but it's wonderful. Pooh's got some stuck in his fur. You can have some.
Actually, I'm
I
eating
know
it
where
now.
his fur has been.
Real quick, being as you guys bypassed the whole getting into the
Yeah,
tower
the leading people
basement,
back down.
my question is did you guys lead the refugees back down like you said you were going to?
That is a
That's a
hard
good-
no, not at all.
I would
the
say
worst
yes.
ticket?
I would also say yes. So yes.
She-
All right.
Oh,
So as you guys are having this conversation, Emran, you see the visage of your mother and a large group of other people walking in the direction of the camp as you're talking about this.
I think you're gonna need more beef jerky, Aileen.
Are you okay, my dear?
No, I just mean that's a lot of mouths.
I have quite a bit of food, but not a ton.
That is probably something that should be figured out soon, I suppose.
I had some pretzels.
Most of what I have is sweets, so it's not exceptionally filling.
Yeah.
I mean, I do tend to carry some rations. It's not a lot. It's not enough for all these people, but it's something.
It does seem as though some of them have packs and things, so maybe they have also brought food, and we can...
As you're saying this, Hessa catches
Unity.
sight of you, Amryn, and she runs to you and throws her arms around you as she sees you.
She limps to you.
Much like last time, accept the hug, but do not necessarily hug her back.
And she holds you back and she goes, "Oh, I'm so glad to see that you're safe now that I've been informed as far as what was going on the surface. And Rhoda, my love," as she runs off to grab your little sister.
Got my eye on both of them. I'm watching them both.
You okay there, Em?
Well, she's just watching. Yeah, she's just...
Do we not trust your mother?
No, we do not.
Okay.
She doesn't trust anybody. Ignore her.
Hey, Aileen is in with whatever. If Em doesn't trust her, Aileen doesn't
I
trust her.
trust Aileen quite a bit, thank you, Orbog.
Oh, swell. Aileen, did you know that Emran was gonna try to kill me? Did you hear the whole Emran was gonna kill me, or her friends were part of the trusting?
Orbog, everybody in this campaign has wanted to kill you at one point or another.
Okay, but she was serious.
I think I was serious a couple times.
Same.
Not to interrupt.
But we
I
love
would
you
not
anyway.
say that it was malicious intent, and I did come to warn you first. So,
I can
If
tell
I
you that's
had-
the last time I'm telling anybody I love them.
if I... Wow.
Wait,
I'm sorry, what?
wait a second. Who did you tell? Who did you say
Drama.
you loved?
What?
What?
Pigtails. I said I have pigtails.
No. That's
I'm-
clearly not what you said. Did you just tell everyone?
I don't think we need to talk
No.
about this.
Oh no,
No,
I think
we
we do.
No.
It's
think we
not
do.
important. It's
think we
not
do.
important.
Y-
No.
it-
It
I think
sounds
the
pretty
world is-
important.
This world is ending.
Okay.
Okay.
So when the world's
Zeus,
ending, you want to
this
make
is
sure
not-
that you tell people that you love them if
Or
you
they could
love
not.
them.
They could also not
Because-
tell them.
but sometimes when you tell people, then they like try to kill you or get like a
That
bunch
is
of other
not.
people to kill
That's
you.
not why I was trying
So,
to kill you.
It's. I would advise people keep it buried deep inside.
It had nothing to do with that. It was more about your ability to rule this kingdom in a way that would help the people, and nothing to do with the emotional damage that
Oh,
may have been
whatever.
caused.
Oh,
Yes,
there's
it-
plenty of emotional damage that was caused.
I would say a lot.
I just suffered quite a bit of emotional damage from that comment.
Well, I just
I don't know. I feel like this might be the most interesting thing we've talked about all day.
I would just like to, for the record, to say that sometimes it's too late to say I love you. Okay? So
I love you, Wilder. Yes, I know what you mean, and I'm still sorry for your loss, and I'm sorry. I'm just,
or, you did tell somebody that you love them, and now they're gone and you can't find them,
Right.
but you have to save the world, so it's a bunch of bullcrap, but...
Right.
This has been
Wilder gets
uplifting.
the trophy for the most current emotional issues.
I could,
At least at
I
the
could
moment.
fight him for it
No.
if I really wanted to, but
I think Emran and Wilder need to have a little wrestling match.
I would win.
Callum,
Yeah.
what are you doing with all the things that we found?
You mean
Gems,
like
bowl.
the gems and stuff? Well, okay. So
Yes.
here's. Do you guys want to sit down? I mean, also maybe like there are a lot of people I don't know here, and I'm not. I'm just from in a crowd.
I
of
cast
strangers.
Bowl of Silence.
That won't help because I don't want to pantomime all this. I learned very early in the campaign that it doesn't work well.
I'm really good at pantomiming. Watch this.
Try to pantomime something.
Two words.
Yes.
Sounds like you can't speak if you're pantomiming, Pooh. Anyway.
Shoot.
So, I'm not one to not talk to strangers. It's just that perhaps, if we want to discuss the fact that maybe it's time that we, be proactive and don't sit underground on our thumbs for the rest of our lives and take care of Zeus, that we shouldn't do it with a bunch of, innocent women and children and men and people that have just been traumatized by the man we want to kill.
This guy. This is why
is a
I
good-
like this
it's a
guy.
Solid.
Is that
Solid
the only
plan.
reason you like me?
Oh, I have lots of reasons.
Oh, okay, all right.
But this
Sorry,
is
just all this talk
is-
of people like confessing feelings and stuff. It's got to be feeling a little fragile.
Well,
I
that's
feel
good.
fragile too.
Pooh, I love you, and I don't feel like I've said it enough.
Well, thank you very much, Callum. I love you too.
Well, thank you. I bet.
You're a good pal.
I mean, I was going to say
you know
like a
what?
brother, but it's.
I was
fine.
good.
I'll take.
I was getting there.
Oh, okay.
Right. You just interrupted me. I mean, because
I'm sorry.
we're basically brothers.
Yeah.
You and I.
know. All right.
So
Well, thanks, Pooh. All right.
we
And
should
Orbog.
find...
You're here too.
We should find a place more secluded.
Do we want to go, back up now that they've all come down here? We can go sit.
Now that it's getting dark, yeah.
Especially
Well,
if
I
all
mean-
those- Oh, by the way, all these, the ghost bugbears we saw before. So there's more of them.
They're back.
And they killed a lot
There's
of people
more?
up there. So it might be best if we were, front line of defense. I don't know. This whole heroic
That
thing's
might
new
be a
for
good
me,
idea.
so I don't know.
That actually does make sense. So we should go up to the basement,
Yeah.
That's a
Guard-
weird
guard
system.
the
discuss
door.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then we can also stop things
Exactly.
from reaching all of these
Yes.
people.
Yeah, that's what I was
Man.
thinking.
I think we're getting smarter and smarter.
Emran,
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
Hessa approaches you and she's holds out a tray and she goes, I brought you some strawberry cheesecake. Would you like a slice?
No, thank you. Not right now.
No? Okay.
No, I'm
you
good.
you don't look like you've eaten recently. I worry about you sometimes. Ever since you left home.
Yes. As I am sure is the case.
Okay, well,
She's been too busy trying to kill people like her friends.
well, she looks at you and she goes, well, I'm sure she had her reasons.
Well,
And then,
all of these people, they're, being fed and things.
mhm.
Great.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention in our little group that we brought down, we have a few casters who are familiar with create food and water. So
I don't. Magic is still it. Okay, that seems like a thing that can be done. So people will
up
be
we
fed.
go.
Because I'm gonna go
Yes,
with them.
does anybody here need anything? Anybody?
Orbog was actually upset that he didn't get any chili pot pie. I would not inconvenience you, but he does get loud and grumpy.
No,
Oh, no, sweetie, it's no inconvenience at all, especially for you, Wilder. I told you, you're always welcome anytime. She comes up and she pats you on the side of the face.
Oh, thanks.
do any of these caster people, can they like help fix things like her wheelchair?
Well, I don't rightly know, but I can certainly ask. Would you like me to ask somebody to help
I don't
fix your
mean
wheelchair?
to,
Yes.
cut in.
Ask, because we need to hurry. Emran,
I don't,
we need to hurry.
I should have done this before, but I can cast mending. Should I have done
Oh,
What?
yeah, that. Oh my goodness!
I spent 3 hours
I
looking
lied.
for this.
I lied. I don't have mending. I lied. I just know that that's a thing that people can cast.
Oh,
Whew. I saved myself,
Emran.
don't worry. I know I'm a jerk to her,
What
but
a
I'm not
kidder.
that big of a jerk.
what a kidder! You had me going for a second there.
Sorry, I'm figuring it out.
There is a person in the party who knows mending, but I'm not going to out them, so...
Yeah, I was
Wait,
wondering about that.
Do I know mending? I do,
Celeste
don't I?
slowly opening her sheet.
Okay, so
I mean,
maybe
over the 7 hours, Emran would have worked on her wheelchair too, so it's okay.
maybe we move up to the basement
Let's head upstairs.
for some peace and quiet and plan what's next.
Let's pull this.
Well, all right.
That's a
the
good
thing.
catchphrase. You
I
should
thought-
hang on to that.
I'm holding on very tightly to that catchphrase.
Hold on to that, Pooh.
Great.
And throw it.
I'm going to get t-shirts made.
All right, so you guys take another hour to walk back to the tower.
Set up. It's getting to be the right time of day for it.
The nighttime is the right time.
I would like to pull out my bowl, and with the time I have, make us our own little food to eat. That takes 10 minutes, so we'll just talk while that's happening, and then eat while it's happening.
What spell are
What'd
you
you make it?
using?
I'm gonna cast Hero's Feast with my nice new bowl.
Ah, Hero's Feast. All right, so what's
Hero's
the spread,
Feast.
man?
It's probably all delicacies from the north, so it's a lot of
Honey.
probably real questionable looking foods from northern Faerun that just maybe don't appeal to everyone, but nothing says Hero's Feast like some hearty food to get you through the winter.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Big table spread. What throws out? There's a lot of things that are identified as salad, but it's like Jell-O that has like sour cream on top of it and vegetables in it, and then lutefisk. There's lutefisk and
Honey?
I like his music.
Some nice
But, yeah.
breads, some nice wine.
it's not all gross, but there is some regional stuff where people are going to be like, there's some surstrumming out there for you.
Some haggis.
blood
Is there
sausage.
haggis?
God bless you.
Yeah, buddy.
So, Squid, for our listening audience and unattentive players, what does Hero Feast do for everybody?
So, Hero's Feast allows up to 12 creatures to partake of the feast. A creature that partakes of the feast gains several benefits. The first of which is that they are cured of all diseases and poison, and become immune to poison and being frightened. And makes all wisdom saves with advantage. The hit point maximum also increases by 2d10, which will increase by 9, and it gains the same number of hit points. These benefits last for 24 hours. So we'll just mark that you have
Cool.
9 more max hit points. They will go away eventually.
Basically, what Squid just told me is she's gearing up for a boss fight.
Who, me?
No.
Who, me? And we have 24 hours, which means if we would like to do some planning and then do a little sleeping, I can get some spell slots back. Just in
Bada
case
bing,
that's a
bada
thought
boom.
that we want to have. So, speaking of boss fights, John's getting his book out. You're gonna want it. So, how does everybody feel about killing Zeus?
I'm a fan.
All for it. I've got my...
Do we know how to do it yet?
I would imagine that if we can keep him here, that if we hit him hard enough and long enough, that he will eventually die.
That's usually how death works in combat.
Yes.
I feel like that's too
Well,
easy.
I don't know
though.
that it'll be easy, because he did touch Wilder once, and then Wilder couldn't think for himself anymore. But, with all
was
of us together, I do feel like it will be helpful, and now that I have slightly better handle on magic, I might be able to help more than I otherwise would.
But I thought you
How are we
said
gonna-
you had to pop Carrick at the same time.
No, just Zeus.
Oh.
Carrick will be next, but I feel like I need at least 2 naps before I'm ready to jump into that one.
Oh, well, I know where you can go if you'd like
Yeah,
to
I
jump
don't
into
know.
it.
I saw that as well. I was there. I don't know. Thank you.
So the question is, how do we get to him?
Well, I
We
was.
bring him to us.
Yes, that was kind of my thought. Was instead of going to him, I give it the old college try to bring him here.
What does that mean?
What is
It means that I will attempt to use magic in a way that potentially will work, if God wills. And I hate to say that, because that kind of feels like I'm just putting the responsibility out there and testing God, but I'm not. I'm just really hoping that he answers my prayers.
I understand now.
Yeah. So if anyone has anything they feel like they really need to do, or,
Last goodbyes.
Yeah.
I should probably figure out what this dagger does.
Oh, yeah, if you want to sit with it for a while, you'd probably figure out something or attune to it or,
Or you could just
Yeah.
throw it at someone.
whatever. And then I can take a little nap and then everyone will be happy. It'll be great.
Yeah. Yeah, I would, yeah, I'm gonna go sit over in that corner and just, ponder this.
You are at your attunement maximum. So,
So, I can choose what I'm going to unattune to, right?
correct.
Okay, I'm going to unattune to the Ring of the Grammarian
Okay.
and fill that slot with this new dagger.
And give the ring to Pooh.
Is that my ring? I mean, Stumblefoot's ring, technically, because I gave it to him.
Yeah, but you broke it, so you can have it back.
Oh, well, thank you, I think.
Well,
Please do not give it to Pooh.
Well, I find
You-
it is probably more helpful for someone that has magic, but, who am I to say?
I
And
can
it
say
wouldn't
magic.
fit with,
Has
when you're wearing thoughts and prayers, it wouldn't fit comfortably.
That's very
I
true.
thought thoughts and prayers were just his arms.
No, those are his little, knuckle dusters.
Yeah, see?
I thought you just called your fists thoughts.
Oh,
and
no, that
prayers.
would be
that's
very
good
silly.
wishes.
No.
Very confused.
I call my arms left
Apparently.
and right.
But opposite. So the right one's
Yep.
left and the left one's right, so people don't know what's coming.
Exactly.
That actually makes sense.
And actually, to make it even more confusing, I'll let you in on a secret. This one's left foot and this one's right foot.
I will attune to the ring while we do this.
All right. So you guys just kind of hang out and stare at your gear for a half hour, and then you're like,
All right, I feel good about this.
Well, I mean, after, a feast and stuff, I feel like, especially because it's been all day, as long as we're setting up watches, we rest, and we do this in the morning. Because if we fight him at night, there is a chance that things that come with him are not going to be things we want to have in the fight. But if we wait until it's daytime, we have less chance of little ghosts showing up,
That's true.
But Knowing our luck, there's going to be things that show up at night.
That's,
We'll try
that
our
is
best.
very likely, but I like to mitigate as much damage as possible because I'd really like me back.
That's why we would do the watch.
Yeah. I will take first watch. If that's fine.
Sure.
I'm okay with it.
Yep, I suppose so. How about you and Imran hang out?
Well, Pooh, why would you?
That
Why
sounds
would
like
you
fun.
suggest? I don't want to. Why? That would be fine. Yes.
All right, nighty-night.
So who's taking first watch?
Me and me.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Sure. That is 25.
Yeah, you as you're listening, you hear the occasional crash, and then some shuffling going on above you, and just some groaning. But outside of that, nothing's really stumbling upon your camp.
Oh, that's fine. Great. Well, that went well. This has been a really fun talk. Yeah. Good night. And we'll wake the next watch.
I'll take second watch.
I'll take second watch. I'm awake anyways.
All right, I need one of you to roll perception.
I'm gonna let Dave do that. The feeling Wilder's better
Okay.
since he's a stealer.
27.
Oof. Yeah, you hear a lot of the same. It seems like the later it gets, the more active they get above you.
Pooh and Aileen are gonna have fun.
Give me a quick second here. In the middle of the night, Orbog, you're looking around and just kind of listening to the voices, and you just look at the three of you who are sitting watch, waiting for the stuff to pass over.
Who are the three of us?
As you have this revelation, you realize that Eriketh is sitting there with you guys, keeping watch.
Thank you for keeping watch with us.
Still the sarcastic half-orc I knew you as.
I said thank you. That's not sarcasm.
Maybe you just have resting orc face. I'm not sure.
But I'm a drow now.
Well, it still gives off resting orc face.
I know you're a drow. And why are you whispering?
I'm talking to my imaginary friend.
Am I imaginary to you, Orbog?
No, that was sarcasm. Kind of. I don't know what it was.
You can't hang on to your old self and latch on to your new self at the same time.
Okay. Well, is this gonna be about me telling the horse girl that I loved her?
Her name's Emrin.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Did you see my old mentor?
I guess the question is, Orbog, do you?
Why does it matter?
It's a simple question. It's a yes or no. Do you?
Yes, I think I do, but
You what?
what?
Yes, you do what?
I care about you, Wilder, very deeply.
Okay, you and I are not taking watch together again. This is it.
Listen, I feel bad about what happened to you. And right now I'm also maybe hallucinating. But I'm seeing
Crunchy potions again?
my old mentor.
Ah. Okay.
As he says that, Wilder, you see Fenric Coldwater sitting next to you. He goes, you know a little bit of something about that, don't you, my boy?
Yeah. Been here. You know what? You have your discussion, I'll have my discussion, alright, Orbog?
Okay, sounds good, yes. So, why is that important, though? Why now when, we might all die? That seems kind of, silly. And, she also, tried to kill me, so I kind of took that as a bad sign. You know, when you say, do you like me? Let me try to kill you. That's not...
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Did the fact that she tried to kill you change the way you felt about her?
Well, it didn't excite me. I've got to be honest. This is going to sound really stupid, but it made me feel better about myself because I felt like she was better than me, and now I feel more like her equal.
Well, then there you go. It's not about how... To tell somebody you love them is not about how they respond to it. It is simply a statement of the fact. You have a problem with accepting what is, and thus you try to cover it up with sarcasm and joking because you are afraid to be hurt by the truth. In conquering
she tried to
this...
kill me. That's being hurt by the truth, right?
No, that is being hurt by a Fontar. That's a vastly different thing.
Okay.
I'm talking about emotional hurt. The moment you can conquer this fear is the moment you'll be able to conquer any enemy that stands before you, Orbog, and this is the greatest wisdom that I can offer you. Embrace the truth. You should listen to him, my boy. He's offering great wisdom, Fenric says to Wilder.
Listen to Orbog? No, that's not a good idea.
No. You should listen to what his old man is saying to him.
Because you don't have anything valuable to share?
Oh, I've plenty valuable to share. But I'm just a manifestation of your own tired psyche. I can't tell you anything that you don't already know.
See, that's the thing, though. I don't feel like I know what I know.
Well, that is quite the predicament, isn't it?
Yeah, at one point in my life, I was Felix Tinsdale, and another point in my life I was Wilder Filch, and now I'm both, but neither, but still both. Something happened with these shadows that we've seen in Towerfall, the ones that were let out to roam everywhere, and I don't remember any of this. I just know something happened.
Shadows, you say? And as he says this, and you look over at him, he becomes a shadow of himself. Something like this. Perhaps.
Exactly like that.
Interesting. Well, it could be that you might have had a hand in everything then.
I had a hand in everything. Like, I brought Zeos here. I brought Carrick here.
Who am I, Felix? Who am I really?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know who you are to Felix. I know who you are to Wilder. To Wilder, you're a mentor. You know, someone that I loved. Someone that I spent my life with and learned from. But Felix, you were just you were a contact.
And what was that contact?
I don't know.
You don't know what?
Orbog, I'm starting to think that I have something to do with all of this, but I don't know. I can't be sure. Something about the dual personalities, the dual identities of me and Felix, or of me and Wilder. I went to Waterdeep meta contact. Felix went to Waterdeep, meta contact, and something happened with the shadows, then changed my perception of reality.
Do you think you did something or somebody did something to you?
Both?
Or do you think you're more powerful than you think you are? Or is this...
I don't know about that, but... Okay, Fenric. Who were you to me?
I'm just a figment of your addled imagination. I can't tell you anything other than what you already know.
Does this have something to do with Rourke hard blood? The name is stuck in my memory.
It could be.
The crazy thing is, I remember more about who Wilder is than I did and do with Felix.
But who was Wilder?
Wilder was an identity that was created because he couldn't be Dunwood Dale anymore.
And who was Dunwood?
A boy who had to learn how to grow up quick and befriended Fenric. Had to learn how to survive.
Indeed. Which brings us back to the original question that I asked you. Who was Fenric?
Am I 4 people? Are you telling me I'm 4 people?
That doesn't seem right.
Okay, I was just making sure I wasn't my own dad. That kind of thing.
That's just disgusting.
I don't know.
Anyway, I believe your shift is over. If you want to actually get a rest, I'd suggest you sleep now.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Orbog, I'm gonna tuck in.
Okay.
You good?
Who's going to take the last watch with Orbog?
I will.
Okay. So, Aileen, go ahead and roll perception.
28.
Okay. As the 4 of you are sitting down here, keeping watch, you hear more shuffling and crashing up top. But for the most part, pretty uneventful down here.
How you doing, Orbog?
I'm okay.
You sure? Because you haven't been acting okay.
It's just... I don't know. A lot of things going on.
Now that's a fair statement. That is definitely a fair statement.
Okay, since... Oh, never mind. I'm not talking in front of Pooh. Pooh, how are you doing?
Who's asleep, Orbog?
So while this last watch is going on, Wilder, your subconscious is having a field day with the conversation you just had.
Yeah, it is.
And you're catching glimpses of things you swear you've experienced, but you don't remember. You see 4 people with you in an enclosed room around, standing on the 5 points of a star that's in a circle. And at the center of the circle, there's almost like an altar that has a young child, wide-eyed with a gag around its mouth. And you look down at yourself, and you too are wearing a black robe as well. And then a sixth person in a robe enters the room with a large ceremonial dagger and begins to approach the altar. And suddenly your eyes pop open, and it's morning.
All right, everyone up and at 'em. It's time to do some slaying. Time to...
Praying, actually, is what it's time to do. I don't want to get everyone's hopes up, just because there is a chance that it might not work. And if that's the case, I have
Oh, Lord. What's
a
your
bad idea.
I love a good bad idea.
At least it's an idea.
Well, we're gonna wait until we get to Plan C if it doesn't work, and then I'll tell you the bad
Maybe
idea.
by
And
the
if I
time you tell me the bad
maybe
idea, it
just
won't
see
be
if
a
it
bad
works,
idea.
and then- No, it will be. It'll still be a very bad idea by the time we get there, so I'm hoping we don't get there. Yeah. So, alright, I'm just gonna be in this
I'm going
corner
to do
setting up
some magic
some
of my own.
magic.
I'll cast Sanctuary on myself.
If you have
That's
to use the
the thing I
bathroom,
can
you
do.
can just say. Okay. What I'm actually, maybe if we perhaps don't stay in the room where there is a door that leads downstairs,
Going up.
that'd be great. If we could just find a different room.
All right. You guys go upstairs, and aside from the gooey floors that some of you experienced yesterday, a lot of stuff has been tipped over. There's some claw marks on the walls. Somebody dipped their finger in the floor goo and wrote on the wall, "Where's the piglet?"
Is that still a thing?
Well, this is quaint. Yeah, this looks very quaint. Alright, well, I'm going to go to this corner over here, I guess. And I will step carefully over the viscera. Yeah. Okay, well, now it's time for me to list off a bunch of spells. This is going to be real fun for all of us.
Woohoo!
Tuck in, children. Actually, I'm just going to say one spell. I'm going to cast a magic circle in the corner.
What does
Inverted,
that mean?
Please, if I could. It means that anything inside it cannot get out unless it succeeds on a charisma saving throw. It has disadvantage on anything outside of the cylinder. Cannot charm, frighten, or possess. So I'm going to do that inverted. Then we're going to do a thing that's not going to work. But we're going to give it the old college try, as they say. So I'm going to very begrudgingly kneel in this nice clean floor that we have here.
Right before you start praying,
Callum, should we be ready?
Yes,
Right.
I would hope.
so Pooh goes, he puts on the cloak and kind of hides a little bit off to the side, ready to, jump in when he needs to.
Yes, I will say I don't want to be close to the circle when I'm praying. I'm going to move away from it. I'm squishy.
I'm going to be stealthy. If that's a option.
Aileen's gonna be near Callum.
It just occurred to me that this boss fight's going to happen on our 100th episode.
Ew. Well, that's assuming that I can get him here, and that's a big if. We'll find out. Emryn is not going to be stealthy and is not going to stay by Callum, but she's going to march right up to that circle and just have her yum glaive ready.
I'm just trying to get my surprise attack in.
Emryn's not a surprise. Does it?
Orbog is raging And at level 15, even when I'm sleeping.
Oh, that sounds like me. I'm raging when I sleep too.
No, he's angry at Zeus for destroying his people.
Fair.
Everything.
All right. Hi, it's me, Callum. Your follower and whatnot. I know that this is an off chance that you might be listening, because I know that I am not usually worth listening to, based on most of the things that I say. But I'm hoping it's different this time. So you know how, like, you made things? And Zeus made them not like you made them, and I'd really like to help rectify that. And, the only way that can happen is if he's here. And I would, perchance, really like it if you help him show up in that circle. That would be great. Yeah. It's really weird when I don't have only 25 words to say, but that's basically it. Thanks. Okay, so that's my prayer. Which will be my 10th level cleric ability of divine intervention.
Oof.
And we're gonna see if my percentile dice like me today. Or if they don't. Let's find out. They don't. I rolled a 67, which is not helpful for me in this moment, as I'm not a level 67 cleric. Unfortunately. What a shame. Okay, so Tom's gonna sit there for a minute. Wait to see if anything happens. Just gonna give that a...
You hear a whisper on the wind that says, I want to see Plan C.
No, you don't. You really don't. Okay, so we're gonna do this different way. I'm going to cast Planar Ally, which is a 6th level spell. And I'm going to... Hi. It's me, Callum. Again, I know I don't mean to be pushy, but I could really use your help. Like a lot.
Did you seriously just summon God?
I summoned an entity sent by God. Normally this is when my dad shows up, but he had to go and save my life. Why is he the worst? Always. I mean, you don't even have to show up if you don't want to. You could just do it from where you are, because I know you can. Or you could send someone. I don't know. Hey, this is kind of... yeah. That's it. I don't know. I'd keep talking forever, but I feel like I'm just going to keep digging if I do. So I'm going to stop talking now.
Okay. So, Callista shows up.
Emryn loses her mind. Hello.
Hello. Wait, who are you? Where?
Oh, hi.
Where
I'm
am
Callum. We're in Towerfall. This is the tower. Some things have gone bad. Who are you?
Oh yeah, you could. Oh, my name is Callista Towerfall.
Oh, relation.
My mother.
Nice. I can see. It's where he gets his good looks.
I apologize. I'm not familiar with you.
Oh, I'm Callum.
No.
Oh, that's Orbog.
I'm Orbog. The mean witch lady changed me into a drow.
Oh, that's terrible, my boy. Well, it's good to see you getting on.
She looks around at the state of things.
Tell me this isn't your doing, Orbog.
No.
I may have pigtails in, but no, that's not my doing.
That is a beautiful color of green on you, by the way.
That's what I told him. It was real nice.
It's Emryn's little sister did it.
Who's Emryn? Where's Emryn? I apologize, that came out wrong.
Em takes
Where's
200
Emryn?
points of psychic damage and dies. Hello, Your Majesty.
She just opens her arms. Emryn, come.
I will attempt to hug this spectral ghost lady.
Oddly enough, She becomes corporeal in your
Wonderful.
arms.
This feels weird for Emran, who's not a hugger still. Wonderful.
Excellent. Why am I here? Last thing I remember, I was being pushed into the maw of something.
Yes, I saw that happen.
You saw that happen?
Yes. I spent a little bit of time dead.
Peculiar.
Yes. Things have been happening in Towerfall.
Well then.
Hello, it's me, Callum again. Hi.
Oh yes, Callum. I apologize.
Don't mean to interrupt. I was hopefully maybe that I could beseech you to kind of help. I know that magic can do what I want, but I can't necessarily do what I want with magic, if you know what I mean. But I know God can, because he can do anything, from what I understand. I'm still reading the book. Anyway, so I would... It's... do you know who Zeus is?
No.
I don't know how being dead works and everything and, like, you know, being connected. I would really like him to be here in that circle. And I know, like, you know, magic can do it. It's just, you know, as I said, I can't do it with magic. Is there a way I can, you know, get your help with that in some way?
Just a second.
Sure, yeah. We've got
Take your time,
all the time in the world.
but not too much time.
I have all the time in the world, actually. Never mind. We're not going to go into that.
This is time. Let's do an episode about that again.
I feel like that would be a little bit redundant, but I'm not sure why.
I don't either. I don't know that I know what that word means, but...
Mother, I just wanted to say I love you before anything else happens.
Oh, my boy. And she comes up to you and hugs you and kisses you on the cheek, and she goes, "You'll always be my little boobala."
His little what? That's hilarious.
But
well, I know what we're calling him from now on.
I've been sent here to do a task. My thoughts are with you always. You are always my favorite. But I keep... And then she looks over at Felix. She goes, "I can't bring him." And she circles and she sniffs again. But somebody here can.
Is it me? I don't think it's me.
I definitely can't.
It's the piglet.
Why?
You smell of sacrifice.
Me?
Hey, pardon. I know that's not my line, but pardon.
Yes, to quote Callum, pardon.
Who is this pod?
You have the odor of somebody who's made sacrifice for favor. But it's unfinished.
Well, this is absolutely news to me.
I feel like there's quite a bit of that smell in this group.
No. I'm speaking of ritual, my child.
Oh, I have... Never mind.
Would that do something to his mind? So he can't, like, remember why or how?
I don't know. I just know he smells of sacrifice.
Well then, how do we finish it so we can get Zeus here?
Oh, he already can.
Well then,
Pardon?
Wilder, wiggle those magic fingers.
Yeah.
No, I
Like so.
don't understand, and I'm not gonna bring him here when I don't understand how it's my fault.
This is the plan. We bring him here, and then we all attack him.
Yeah, but the plan was for Callum to bring him here, not me.
I mean, as long
Now,
as he gets here.
if you don't mind, I would like my payment, please, being as I've provided you with the closest approximation of what I could.
No, we didn't really figure out what the payment was going to be first, and I don't...
She looks over at Aileen. I don't want to go back to that place and be eaten again.
I do have an empty soul stone. I'm not sure how to get you in it, but
I would rather stay here and watch my boy grow.
I mean he's kind of grown, but I understand the sentiment.
I mean, he's taller now
again,
than he was.
That's true. I'm very new at this, so I do have. And she pulls the soul stone out of her bag. I do have this that I can keep you safely in.
I'm already dead. I don't need to be safe. Just bind me to this plane, please. I have done my job.
Forever? You don't ever want to... Okay. I'll do it. But I swear, if I hear of you haunting anybody that you're not supposed to be, I'm gonna come after you.
She will too.
As you say, she will too. Callista already dissipates.
Okay, Wilder. Let's work through this.
Yeah, this could have saved me
Yeah.
a spell slot.
Well, glad I could be of convenience for you.
Well, I mean, I already used the spell slot, so it's not really, but that's fine.
Well, glad I could be of an inconvenience then.
It's fine.
Whoa, Wilder, let's tone it down a little bit.
What did you do last time that got him to, pop up? Because can you just do that again? Because I don't...
Literally just asked him for a conversation.
Great. Can you do that again, but like in the circle?
But if Wilder gets in the circle, Wilder won't be able to get out.
Oh no, it'll only be the certain kind of things, and I'm pretty sure that Wilder is not the same kind of creature as Zeus. Unless I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure you're not.
What certain kind of things?
Like fiends. I'm pretty sure that Wilder's not a fiend. I mean, I could be wrong, but if that's the case, don't go in the circle.
I will just say it'd be news to me.
You could also just stand on the outside of the circle and be like, hey, and face the direction of the circle. I don't know if that'll work.
So is it like a chalk circle or something like that?
That's just a magical circle. It is energy.
Okay.
Like glowing runes. Yeah.
Pooh walks through it.
Pooh gets stuck. We learned some things about the party today.
All good.
Okay, like, we actually want to do this, right? Because once he's here, there's no going back. I don't get to choose when he comes and when he goes.
Yeah, we're just going to really hope he shows up in the circle, but if he doesn't, then we're going to improvise and overcome.
Plan C?
Nope, that's still better than Plan C.
Okay. I am going to walk right up to the edge of this circle. All right, Zeus. I think it's time for you to come and get your piglet. Anytime now.
Okay, Wilder, we're gonna, again, pull in some Call of Cthulhu elements here. I need you to roll a percentile dice for a luck roll.
I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2?
I rolled a 2.
Oh, that's so good, bro.
For
rolling
you.
rolling low in Call of Cthulhu is a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true.
So with that, a yellow robe with tentacles coming out from underneath of it appears in this circle. And he says, "My piglet.
And charges up and stabs him.
My succulent meat."
Just not even waiting.
Alien's gonna load.
All right. Go ahead and roll that attack, Emran.
$20.
Well, that would be a good crit to get, huh?
The other one?
The other one.
Well, John, you should stop reading whatever you're reading. I got a 1.
Oh no. So, with that being said, thanks everybody for hanging out with us and watching this episode. That being said, thank you to our patrons. Thank you to our non-patrons. Thank you to people who just listen to the podcast and say, would you just get on with it already? I don't want to pay money. We even appreciate you. So long. Thanks for all the fish.
You have been listening to the Playing Games with Strangers podcast with the voices of John Haryu, Katherine Czerwinsky, Dave Clements, J.S. Earls, Celeste Mora, Josiah Crandall. The theme music was written and performed by Steve Arthur, used with permission. Find more of his music on Facebook or wherever you purchase music digitally. Please review this podcast wherever you download it from to help other podcasters find our podcast and join our community. Thank you for listening.
A massive thanks to our Blade level patrons, Julie Earls, Aaron Peckham, Amanda Clements, Branson Boykin, Debbie Roth, Matthew Cosby, and Random Encounters. Learn more and see how you can support the show by going to patreon.com/playinggameswithstrangers.